if SR somehow goes down, and then their recovery strategy could very easily be to go south, and GG could catch them off guard with a timing attack. But we're diving right into the action for our fourth game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are with SR and Hypercube scrapping it out right off the rip. So much damage coming on through, not much health to play with. No Sense goes down. Rico jumping in, losing all of his armor, but they're still fighting it out. 17S with that jumping horizontal, trying to find it. Windy is going to find the armor swap, but will he be able to survive this one? The parry's coming on through. SR picking up a couple kills. The Soul Bloom keeps him alive, but RL, Relaxer coming into the fray.
Nice third party here from RL. 17S gets caught in the knockup, but that is a really brutal one for him. Bowder also jumping into the fray. The Meteor Slam, able to get the damage. Cat takes so much from the spear. He's going to get picked up. Third party into fourth party into the end of SR. They're able to secure 3 at the beginning, but they are brutalized by the third party. There is a bunch of purple armors on the map. RL looking to finish up Bowder into the parry. The Zai Chain Scythe absolutely cuts him to pieces. Down he goes. RL, what a start for them off the back of this one. As Bowder Salty running in his back. It looks like they are. They want to jump forward. VVV with the flying knives, trying to find a little bit of damage onto RL, but I think they are not interested in staying involved, as VVV is going to throw the ult out.
Yeah, it's going to be a scrap-off right here. I believe that Bowder is going to be coming back simply because they have that ultimate available on the Cyrus. We see it being popped right here. Plan B did use that Zai ultimate before, but managed to get some Soul Blooms, but unfortunately, it is not going to be enough time. Or is it? The parry coming on through, not going to be going for the follow-up, might be able to disengage. VVV stumbling, not being able to keep up the pace to chase down Plan B. Plan B does use that Meteor once again to try and disengage. He does manage to break away for the moment. Galbai now becoming the next target. And although I don't think he's going to be making it out just like his teammate did, unfortunately, Bowder coming back in, getting themselves a couple kills. But we have to give props to RL there, picking up 3 eliminations. Beautifully done, able to play the fight very well and shut down those teams.
And there's double purple armors now for Bowder off the back of that. That's a great scaling towards that first round with Yang. A lot of extra sustainability to hold in. As GG find themselves here in a fight versus SE, completely outnumbered and outparried as they're going to get the damage off. We're going to see 3-3-0 go for the Monk transform, but he is 1 versus 3. Grab one comes out. I don't think he's going to be given the opportunity for the second grab. He looks for it, he drops, and that is 3-3-0 going to be going down off the back of this one. That Monk is too damn slow. ASE secure themselves the kill, and now cross that threshold into the match point threshold. Oh no, they're not there yet. It's 47,
almost
37.
Almost.
Closing in on that point. I actually want to talk about that a little bit though.
True, I agree. It's very low compared to the usual thing. We have it at 64, right? So for that, it makes sense because we have pre-post points. 12.5% of your points for the qualifying rounds to get to those bi-weekly finals in our usual NTPL splits gets carried forwards. So it makes sense that this does get reduced, but going down from 64 to 47 is a big jump.
Yeah, it's a really, really big jump. The one thing I want to note as well is, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, I think it was Raven who talked about it, where a lot of teams or players in solos, when they get to that match point threshold and they're first across the door, they freeze up, they panic, they don't want to lose the pressure they've built. SR, they went, screw it. Sure, they went down and lost their revives, but it's open with 3 kills. It's not a bad start for them. I'm happy to see that SR are able to kind of press that advantage and they don't want to let up off the gas, knowing that this is their one chance where they can afford to lose this game because no one else is on match point threshold yet. But they can also just pressure and try and see if they can put it out. As RL, once again, looking for a fight here versus SR. We're going to see the transform come out from 17S. Galbai forced to use that Syra ultimate and put some distance between SR. SR probably just have to cancel this Monk transform and then chase on foot. Not going to be able to find the grabs. It's going to be way too far off. Galbai, though, incredibly low. And I don't think they're going to throw any backup here for Galbai. So that's going to be kill number 4 over to SR. As Galbai's trying his hardest. Scare Rush is going to secure the kill.
Yeah, that's a sacrificial lamb scenario, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you're just caught out, outnumbered, not able to keep your footing against the aggression of that team that's approaching you, you sometimes just need to give it up, take the L, and lose that player, and then live to fight another fight later on. But here we are. Speaking of fights, we've got a huge one breaking out. OUG going up against DRG SS, currently on the front foot, but the parry coming in. Unfortunately, though, a little bit too far away. Kikaichi not able to get that follow-up on to SS, so not going to be able to take full advantage of it. We do see the Matari now looking for that empowered dash. Not going to be able to find it. Does get parried once again. Going to get knocked down, and we do have those third parties coming on through. YZG looking to dive into the fray. Bowder are coming online right now. Jinyu goes down. OUG falling apart at the seams. Are we going to be able to recover this?
Bowder, their third partying has been absolutely stellar today. They opened up on that drop with SR, jumping into the RL SR, jumping into this one, getting some extra kills. Bowder up to 7 right now as ASE missed, throwing out the ultimate, able to find the lockdown on to RL. So they're now down to just that singular player, and there's been so much action, there's been so much blood. We still have 3 minutes until we get onto that first realm of Yang, so we still got a lot to go in this game. It's going to be... I've used Bloodbath so much today. I can't think of like another way to word it, but it's going to be a bloodbath.
It really is. It's going to be a spicy. It's going to be an oogly one, isn't it?
It's oogly indeed.
It's oogly indeed. Speaking of oog, we've got Oog SS on screen right here. OUG being chased down by Bowder. Unfortunately, he's all on his lonesome. He's not going to be able to survive this one right here, and his teammates nowhere to be found. It is what it is, but Bowder looking pretty good. We've commented on the Hardy not being useful, but they're making it work, and they're up to 8 eliminations.
It comes down to execution. I think they're executing on it well, at least early. But you wouldn't, you kind of expect that from a former world champ and a current world champ. You put them together on this superstar team. Bowder opening off the bat very, very well. We'll see how well they get tested though once they jump into that realm of Yang. I'm going to make the assumption that they're going to want to be in there.
Yeah.
Double purple armor. They're scaling up already quite strong. I think these Realm of Yangs are going to be very definitive and set the tone for the rest of the game for Bowder.
Oh, absolutely. So here's one of these things. You've got these, we saw GG, right? They landed in the bottom left, kind of isolated, right? But they're on that new Transformer composition. These new Transformer comps, they've got that Tianhai there, they've got the Kylin. Their objective a lot of the time is to scale up. Their abilities scale based off of the loot and the rarity of the loot that they have. So with Kylin, his damage on his ultimate slashes scales based off of the rarity of his weapon. Monk, the Tianhai, his slam damage scales off of weapon, and the amount of health that he has, his total health pool, in ultimate, scales based off of the armor rarity. So it's really, really important, and a lot of teams strategize around scaling up early on and not going too ham at the very beginning.
I really like though that we got a lot of comps that can handle these Monk comps. Lots of crowd control, lots of ways to deal with it, because Monks want to get in the realm of Yang. They want to get the golden weapons for, like you said, the extra damage onto the Monk, the extra health. Everybody's just going to be diving in. YZG get left behind, unfortunately, as DRG trying to get the last member in. They are denied. Heartbreak for them, but we're going to see Bowder inside their realm of Yang versus MVP. Let's see how they're going to perform here on the Hardy. Everyone goes aerial off the bat here as VVV flying knives in hand and a purple Hong sword to work with. Got himself that Syra ultimate, again scaling off the weapons he's got, jumping forwards. MVP losing a little bit of that armor, going to be forced to throw the ultimate down, but VVV gets caught by the dazzle, instantly presses the Hardy cube to break away as we see Hong get up inside that mech, trying to put some pressure down with a cannon fire onto the backline to try and keep his team alive, but VVV is going to pop the ultimate, throwing down dazzles as Shiyun loses a lot of HP. His ult's going to time out, and they're going to immediately launch onto him, looking for the grabs, unable to make the connection, but that's the opening. That's going to be the slam down, and 2 members of MVP are going to be caught out as we do see NY7 going to find himself one last slam. Choice, the ultimate times out here onto VVV, but the freeze comes through, and MVP actually have the members to turn this if they want. VVV finds the knockup though onto Hong. We lose the mech, not the mech, the Monk, that's the word I'm looking for, is Hong solo on HP, caught by the flying daggers into the parry. Scale rush unnecessary. Bowder looking crisp and clean.
beautifully done. It was looking dire for a second there. You have to say that Hardy going down, but VVV and NY7 able to come in clutch. The Monk doing work. The Syra being able to sit there and fire away with that beam. But this is a big fight, ladies and gentlemen. We got SR going up against GG. I believe we saw SR in the kill feed taking down Hypercube in the realm of Yang, so they do have that buff to play around with right here. So if they go down, they're not going to be going down permanently. 17S trying to get a little bit something out of that ultimate, not able to do so, unfortunately. And now Zhao is going to be going down as well. But we have that Vermilion Birdsmite. They're going to be able to go elsewhere, resurrect themselves with all of their loot. So it's not over just yet.
It's not over just yet. I was just thinking, SR on a Monk comp, I would be terrified playing any Monk comp right now because everyone wants to focus and make sure that SR are taken out. And everyone playing this game have no idea which team SR are. They just know it's a Monk comp, so they're going to go looking for them. It could be a brutal one. Very one-sided Realm of Yang for them off the back of this one. But Bowder, Vermilion Birdsmite in hand, been playing very well. 11 kills under their belt. ASE also got 10 kills, so it's pretty tight between our 2 and 3 spot right now. Both of these guys just trying to cross that distance and make it to the match point threshold for the game at number 5.
Yeah, no, it's... oh, wait a minute. It's kicking off right here. Speaking of that 2 and 3, we've got ASE going in. Absolutely gaming. The stun is going to come through, and Hong, he can't play the game. Can I please move, senor? No, you cannot, he says. ASE, ruin him. He goes down. He's not getting back up, ladies and gentlemen. They have Yang depletion. If you go down with Yang depletion, you cannot be resurrected. So even if one of them was able to make it out, even if they were able to turn it, they would have had to have gotten those rebirth charms to be able to bring themselves back into the game. But no, sir, it's not happening. ASE extend their lead, going up to 13 kills.
Man, Flying Knives they're fine and balanced, aren't they?
They're very fun and interactive, aren't they, old boy?
That palm lightning from Mist, it just gives so much damage at like a pretty comfortable mid-range.
Yep.
Absolutely brutal. No way they were going to survive that one. Bowder have been now put into the sights of 521. This could be scary for Bowder. They have the revive, but they only have 35 seconds left on it before that buff times out. So they actually may have no interest in fighting. 521 on the other hand, though, also no debuff on, so they don't have to take this fight. They are seeing if NY7 might be looking a little bit juicy. He's just going to pop the bell, looking for the lockdown onto them. We're going to see the ultimates getting thrown down here, but NY7 being juggled around. Hardy Cube to break away, does have the ultimate. We see OUG killed off screen as NY7's going to look for the pop, but Ivan keeping the pressure up. I think NY7's going to have to throw down the transform here, but he doesn't want to do it. Bowder are just going to play escape. 5-2-1, keeping that pressure up, but they are going to cool it off. They know that the Hardy ultimate's been used, so they do feel like they have a slight advantage here.
Very interesting play from 521, I have to say. We see them approaching this team all friendly, like, you know, oh, hey, buddy, how's it going? Yeah, it's going all right, mate. Let's do some shopping. And then slowly but surely, they're like, oh, get off the shop, get out of here. And then they're probably, what was actually happening is that they timed the Vermilion Birdsmite, knew when it was going to be expiring, and actually tried to engage, giving themselves those kills, giving themselves the opportunity to potentially knock out this team, or get themselves some kills. Because if they were engaged upon, it's possible that it would have let themselves die as opposed to fighting it out and risking it once the buff had timed out, since there wasn't very much time left on it at all. But thankfully for them, they are able to make it out alive. Now taking a look at SR, they're encroaching onto YZG. Will they potentially go for this fight, or will they be, just in his little love taps? We do see right here, Yang depletion is going to claim a few players, unfortunately.
5 players?
That's quite a lot. Yang depletion is a nasty thing to be afflicted by.
Well, it looks like SR right now are actually pinched between ASE, Bowder, and YZG. So this could be pretty dicey here for SR, as everyone, like I said, wants to take out these Monk comps. They know that SR are one of them, and the game plan is deny them the ability to win this game. But SR playing a good disengage, and actually it looks like YZG have been able to be peeled onto. So the attention's been shifted away. The real attention, though, is the big circle that's spawning up right now. We're about to see the Realm of Yang. Only 4 spots available, and there's a whole bunch of teams wanting to get inside this Realm of Yang. In they jump. ASE are going up versus OUG inside their first Realm of Yang. But have a look at who's in this second one. It's SR versus 521. 521 could potentially save the day for everyone in this one.
They certainly could. Oh, we're going for the aggressive one right now. The Monks versus Mug leaping in. Does he have the hop? He got the hop! Beautiful! So there is a dynamic right here between the Tianhai's ultimate fight. We got the rock, paper, scissors back and forth. Does he go for the hop? The little shift forward. Does he try and catch it? The re-grab onto Aibin. The slam. Can he get the ult off? No, he cannot. He goes down. SR on the front foot. 5-1. Lose flat milk going into the sky, but the Monk is going to be coming out of that ultimate state. He's going to be able to potentially peel, but the bell has already been utilized. Got no armor to play around with. It's not looking too good for 5-1, ladies and gentlemen. Could it be turned around? Fat Milk is going to be, the attention. He's going to try and claim it. Get out of here. Leave him alone. Bampi trying to make it away, but I don't think this is going to be salvageable. And he goes down 3 versus 1. It's a formality at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Fat Milk, try as he might, he's not getting out of this one.
A minute to try and buy some time. 1 versus 3. Not happening.
No.
SR continue their dominance on today and take 1 step closer towards locking in the victory here in game number 4. They've still got their work cut out for them, though. ASE and Bowder performing incredibly well. We'll see how they do inside their Realm of Yang. It was actually ASE who won over in their Realm of Yang, so running around with that Mystic Might. Both of these teams are going to be aware of each other off the back of that one. Actually looks like SR potentially thinking about engaging onto them. Nope, just a bit of shopping. Everyone's going to jump into the shop, grab themselves some goodies. And the zone's actually moved fairly far north, so everyone's going to have to make a bit of a jog to get over there to jump in. We've got 16 players left in the game. Now, we do have a few people on revive, so that number will jump up, but this has been one of our faster tempo games today.
Yeah, it certainly has. There's a certain dynamic that comes into play, whether it's Firefly or non-Firefly. That meaning that if it's nighttime or dusk, you have Fireflies which give you ult charge when you pick them up. But here we are taking a quick look at a replay from the other Realm of Yang that took place while we were watching that fight with SR. As we can see, ASE able to take down GG in the Realm of Yang. Very nicely done, going up to 17 eliminations. Oh my goodness. Speaking of eliminations, we got Bowder on 11, SR on 10, GG on 5, OUG on 0, fully knocked out. Unfortunately, DRG on 5, but knocked out as well. YZG on 4, 5-1 on 3, TJG on 1, RL on 3, Hypercube on 0, and MVP on 2.
I feel like ASE are the biggest hope right now for the lobby. If people want to keep this game going, you need to be cheering for ASE. Bowder, there is a world, I think 11 kills is plenty right now, but 18 players left in this lobby, 3 of which are going to be going out due to the Yang depletion, whether or not it's those with depletion or the people they kill. So this number's going to go down real low. We're actually going to see probably one of the smaller circles at the end of a game we've seen all day. They've been kind of playing out for the long game. This time around, not quite being the case here. Zone's going to be closing up. ASE have TJG in their sights. Draco Storm onto YZG as well, also in the area. But on the other side, 5-2-1 are taking a fight versus GG. They're looking to try and get themselves cleansed up. Pampy's got the grab, but it's the double coming in from Pampy. He's going to have to go for the slam and try and play into Rush. But the clap comes down, and CJS will fall. Everyone's in the zone. 3-3-0, unable to find a connection on the Fat Milk with those hands. LXM, low HP, no armor to speak of, as GG 3-3-0 forced to use the bell, but the Kylin will keep him grapple locked, and down he goes. 5-1, find 2 cleanses, and LXM should be short behind. 5-1, their day is not done yet.
No, it's not, ladies and gentlemen. What a fight! We see that Monk dynamic coming on through. They get the double grab, beautifully done. Now, we're taking a look here. We see SR encroaching onto 5-1 inside the Storm. Send out a quick cannon shot with that flame breath as well. I think they may have recognized that it's another Tianhai composition. Will they look to fully commit to this fight, or will they be friendly. It looks as though the friendly hops might be coming out, and there it is. SR, as well as 521, they know that if they end up being the only Tianhai compositions, the only new Transformer compositions left in this endgame, that they will be focused down, and SR certainly want to try and get themselves as many points as possible.
Yeah, so just taking stock of where we're at, we have ourselves, I believe, 5 teams left in the lobby, actually, 2 of which are those non-traditional monks, because traditional monk is Yue Shen, but the current new era of the monk with the Kai Lin. We've got, obviously, Bowder, who have this very bizarre Syra Hardy monk comp, which is actually working out for them. And then ASE and TJX, both running those heavy crowd control comps that are going to be really good at handling these monks in the final circle. A while ago, we actually saw a change to the way ults are played out in Naraka, where you actually have a lot less time if you're transformed, or if you have an ult that has a longer effect. That time has been reduced heavily. Crowd controlling a monk really shuts him down, because he loses a massive chunk of his time to be able to find those grabs, to be able to transition those into kills. Same with the Kai Lin and his dashes. So crowd control comps a lot better at handling these monk comps. We're in what I like to call the Buccaneer phase, where everyone pulls out their cannons and muskets and starts, like old pirate ships, just shooting at each other, building up rage charge to get those monks ready to go to the transforms, and also burn the pots and the resources of the enemy teams.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super important as well. Having sufficient resources to survive in these endgames is one of the most important things to manage. Right here, we do see a little bit of aggression. TJG looking to aggress, but they step back. They see the response coming out from SR. They're not wasting any time. They're going to commit that Tianhai ultimate, the Vajra state. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The AC is jumping in. That Viper ultimate. Are we seeing the stun? We are indeed. 17S could potentially go down here, but Zhao did break line of sight and get out of there. Avoiding the stun, popping that ultimate, and coming back in to save his teammate. 17S coming out of that ultimate. We see the freeze come on through. Can he survive this one? They have got quite a lot of progression on that Spirit Well. They might be able to stay up here, but Zhao Wen's going to be the one to get grabbed by Bowder. Bowder jumping in with her own monk ultimate. This could get very ugly very quickly.
Massive shutdown on SR capping there, though, denying the people who want it the most to make sure that they can't find that win. ASE, they actually jumped off the Spirit Well they were on to grief the monk comp to make sure, in case it's SR, to play denial, but the moonshot coming in from off screen here. Massive play from Han. SS is going to get knocked back. Sorry, 17S is going to get knocked back. His health bar's low. That's the kill for Mist. SR lose their monk as we cut over to Zhao. Pampy, he finds Mist with the grab, though. SR going to find the pickup, and they're interrupted. The Draco Storm is being a menace for them. ASE are not going to be playing the denial, though, as SR looking to cap. The health bars are low. Pampy's just looking the wrong way. He will not play the denial. SR get the Spirit Well and put Yang Depletion on the rest of the lobby.
Absolute insanity. We do see 521 jumping in, and their focus was not on SR. It was on the Justinas. It was on everything else, as they don't want to be isolated in the lobby. They had the Draco Storm buff, so they were able to have full agency in that scenario. Now we have SR being forced to use their ultimate once again. Are we going to see the grabs? We are indeed, but it's on to NY7 on the Tianhai. He gets slammed. He gets cooked by the Flamebringer, the flamethrower of the game. And now picking up a Soul Bloom, going to be getting a little bit more of that ult charge. They're going to be able to move forwards, go to the safe zone, and secure themselves a little spot to call home for the upcoming carnage that will ensue.
The lobby just griefed themselves. I actually think SR could close this here. ASE have 19 kills, but they only have 1 player alive. Han is in the zone right now. He got jumped by TJX. As they were actually trying to buy a revive to get one of their teammates back up. This is rough.
No, he's dead!
Out 19 kills over to them, and they are knocked out of the game. Bowder, 1 player left. The only hope for this lobby. Maybe 521 could put enough kills together to play denial. SR only 2 kills ahead right now, but they've got the buffs. They've got the members to work with. This is an incredibly dicey situation. We could see SR pull the victory out here in game number 4. Everyone thought it was going to be OUG, but SR right now, they have the tempo, they have the control, they have scaled into this final circle. Bowder's Zen could get found in this invisibility bush. He's the last man standing. He has Yang depletion. He's hit by the Bane's breath, and S17 are just going to get the knockback in and find the kill. This could be SR's moment. They could take it all.
They certainly could. It could be fitting, no. We had Spider yesterday. SRR Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. 17S looking to aggress onto 5-2-1. Their former friendlies, you know, we were friends before, but no longer. We're jumping in with that cannon. The Flame Breath is doing damage directly to those health bars. We see that ultimate pop up. The jump in from the Mock, from Pampy. He's trying to get the grabs. He doesn't find one. Ivan gets scooped up. He might go down here. The knockback. He's not able to stay alive. Ivan goes down. 17S is standing strong, ladies and gentlemen. They still have the buff for another 20 seconds. And Fat Milk, wait a minute, out of nowhere, Jang dropping out of the sky. The drop down. 17S able to iframe with the D-transform. They might be able to salvage this one, but it's getting very aggressive. And TJG might be able to stop SR in their tracks.
This could just be the hero play from TJG, but they're going to see Fat Milk getting caught by the parry here. 17S applies more pressure. Can TJG turn the fight around? Zhao takes out Fat Milk. They're up to 14 kills. SR, they're closing in. Draco Storm in their pocket. 6 players left in the lobby. I think they're just going to close it out right here, right now. Pampy taken down. Another kill into the pocket of SR as Afan is on his lonesome, being run down by SR. Afan has nowhere to go. Zhao secures the kill onto him. One player remains. SR, they will have done it. Jumping into the zone. The denial was too little. It was too damn late.
Oh my goodness. Do they do it? I think they've done it, ladies and gentlemen. SR with so many kills. There you see it, the celebration coming through, the emotion. You can see it on their faces plain as day, ladies and gentlemen.